back in the kitchen and ready to bake my way through my favorite cookbook, the Cook's Illustrated Baking Book. I have picked today classic peanut butter cookies. I had a real struggle last night as I was trying to pick what we were gonna bake today, so I need your help. If there is something that you would like me to bake from the Cook's Illustrated Baking Book, please leave it in the comments below because, good God, I can't pick all of these myself. The main reason I've chosen classic peanut butter cookies is because I thought it sounded good, but more importantly, I had all the ingredients. And that's all it takes. I think that my grandmother used to make peanut butter cookies, and all I know is that they have that like kind of fork crisscross. They're pretty good, and I have high hopes for this recipe. I'm excited. For this recipe, we need a lot of peanut-based materials. Before we even begin, we need to finish prepping our ingredients. So I'm taking these lightly salted dry roasted peanuts. It was supposed to just be salted, but they didn't have salted. 1 cup of these bad boys into the food processor. My food processor has been getting a lot of action lately. My cookbook is very specific. It says that this should take 14 pulses so that we can get to a stage where these peanuts look like breadcrumbs. Next, AP flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Love a tiny bowl. And salt. Set aside. This recipe calls for salted butter. Bakers around the world only ever use unsalted butter because you can always add salt. Salt is usually listed separately. But my favorite cookbook has thought of everything. And it says that if you are using unsalted butter, which I am, that you are to add an extra teaspoon of salt. And both of the sugars. Dark brown. Ugh, granulated. See that? Now, I'm getting worried. Did I buy some kind of healthy peanut butter? We don't want healthy peanut butter. We're making freaking cookies. It's definitely the time where the oil's separated. Rosie, quiet on set, please. I think that my dog is more active today because she loves peanut butter and she can sense that it's near. She's literally standing right there. Rosie, this might be healthy peanut butter. You may not want it. All right, we're gonna have to do some stirring. Yummy. Yeah, there it goes. This is gross. 1 cup of crunchy, liquidy, hopefully not too healthy peanut butter is going into batter. I mean, look at that jiggle. Mm-hmm. We now have this very light, fluffy, soft, delicious smelling batter. I have a new goal, which is to add dry ingredients, start mixing, and not have it go everywhere. So let's do this bit by bit. Every time. Here's what we got. So just all these little flour bits, need to incorporate those. And sometimes with a stand mixer, there might be kind of floury pockets at the bottom, so work it by hand. Now the rest of the peanuts are going straight in. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep on taking it off the stand mixer before I have to. You don't have to mix this by hand. Just add it to the stand mixer. Like you can scrape down the bowl like we did, but you don't have to mix this part by hand. And I don't know, I keep doing that. I keep on taking it off too early. And I'm like, yeah, gotta do this by hand. You don't have to, don't do this. Just have it on the stand mixer, you'd be done by now. I forgot to say this at the top, but yes, I preheated my oven to 350 and I prepped 2 of my sheet trays. Whoops. My favorite cookbook says to work with 2 tablespoon amounts. This is a 2 tablespoon scoop. Ooh, very sticky. Give it a roll. Drop it down. These will spread, so we're looking for about 2 inches in between. I always like err on not overcrowding the sheet because I don't want them to touch. This batter is reminding me of another one of my favorites from my favorite cookbook, the chewy sugar cookie recipe. If you haven't watched that episode, go watch it and then go make those cookies because they're amazing. And now that this batter has reminded me of those cookies, my hopes could not be higher. I hope that these are delicious. Maybe we'll get an outstanding. How exciting. Cookies, don't let me down. Here's the method for the crisscross. I have a cup of cold water with a dinner fork in it. And I want the fork to be cold, but not wet. So I'm just gonna give it a dry and then one way and then the other way. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is classic. Ah, memories. I think that this step, of course, is giving us the classic crisscross, but also I think it's going to help with spreading. By pushing them down, I think that we are going to kind of control how much these will spread in the oven. That's my hypothesis. Let's see if it comes true. These are going in the oven at the same time, lower middle, upper middle, for 10 to 12 minutes, and I'm going to not only rotate the sheets halfway through, but I'm also going to rotate the sheet itself. Does that make sense? Not only am I going to switch the levels, I'm going to also rotate them 180. You'll see what I mean. In cookbooks, they give you, of course, the baking time, but also they give you an indicator. And indicators are really important to pay attention to because there are tons of different factors that are going to determine how long it takes for your peanut butter cookies, in this case, to bake. Maybe your oven is really hot like mine is, and so the indicator is really going to help me know when these cookies are done so that I don't overbake them, because I don't want overbaked cookies. You don't want them, I don't want them, we don't want them. Now, what indicator are we looking for this recipe, you ask? Oh my gosh, I have the information right here. Bake until cookies are puffy and slightly brown around the edges, but not on top. Cookies will not look fully baked. This is what we're looking for. Will it happen in 7 minutes? Probably, yeah. It'll probably be ready in 7 minutes. Not yet. They definitely spread a bit. They're definitely touching each other. It's so weird. I wasn't doing that a few minutes ago, but yeah, they've really expanded. You might get that kind of batch bake look where they're tearing on the sides. Damn. Put them in for 9, added 2, that's 11, adding 2 more, that's 13, and that's over what it says. Okay, so when an indicator fails, I'm just not sure exactly what we're looking for. Like, I was kind of picturing, sort of really set edges that are distinctly brown, like a different brown than the rest of the cookie, and I'm not seeing that. But I don't want to overbake these, so I'm just gonna pull them out in 1 minute because I'm too scared to continue. Okay, we got a real sort of love fest going on with all of these cookies. They're all touching. Gotta do a little surgery, a little separation here. I definitely lost the crisscross a bit. I can't remember if that's how it was growing up. There's no picture of this recipe, crucially. This is very exciting. My favorite part has come, the tasting and the grating. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I bake a lot. And when I try new recipes, I want to keep track of how much I liked it and if I want to make it again or if I want to recommend it to people. And so the method that I devised is the nerdiest one possible. Every time I make a new recipe from my favorite cookbook, the Cook's Illustrated Baking Book, I give it a grade using the OWL grading system from Harry Potter. It is time to taste test these classic peanut butter cookies, and I need a little help. I need a little assistance. So I'm going to bring in my live-in taste tester. Taste tester, hello.
Well,
thank you for joining. Today we are tasting classic peanut butter cookies, and do you want to tell everyone what you said when I said we were eating peanut butter cookies today?
I don't remember what I said, but it was something negative.
It wasn't complimentary.
Peanut butter cookies are disgusting. I like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay.
Or peanut butter on like a Granny Smith apple.
Okay.
But peanut butter in like a candy or a cookie, with the exception of Reese's Cups, but that's more sugar than peanut butter.
So I'm feeling just attacked because it seems like you actually do like peanut butter in many, many forms.
No, peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter M&Ms.
What? Okay, well you have to taste test one anyway. I'm really excited for your grade. How delicious.
I mean,
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
I can recognize this as a pretty high quality cookie. But the flavor is just not for me. It did taste a little dry, perhaps.
How delicious. Loved it.
I thought it was a little dry. I really dislike peanut butter cookies, if I haven't made that clear yet.
Yeah.
My mouth still tastes like peanut butter. And I really want to brush my teeth.
Okay, and now for a normal take. My grandmother used to make peanut butter cookies just like this with the crisscross and things. And I agree with you. A lot of times peanut butter cookies, I think, are dry. I think it's just the nature of peanuts and peanut butter.
Sure.
So what is your grade?
A.
A for acceptable.
A for acceptable.
Talk me through it.
I don't want to take another bite of any of these cookies because I dislike peanut butter cookies. But I think it's a fine cookie. The texture's okay. I did think it was a little dry. Mm-hmm. And the crisscross, like the look of the cookie,
they
don't look consistent.
No.
And they don't look that appealing. It's just kind of like a beige. Yeah. There's no contrasting color really.
I was going to go for an E, but I think that your point is correct. They definitely spread more than I thought they were going to. They really lost their definition. It's not like the kind of cookie where people are coming over and I'm going to make it for them, or it's certainly not getting into like my Christmas cookie rotation.
Yeah.
So I think it's like totally solid. I think I've got some nostalgia for the peanut butter cookie. I very much enjoyed eating mine incredibly quickly. And I'm sure I'll take care of the rest of these, no problem. So you're off the hook.
All right.
All right. Classic peanut butter cookie, A. High five, babe.